Welcome back to The Explainer. I'm absolutely thrilled you're here today because honestly, we're looking at something that is actively rewriting the rules of the internet. We're talking about a massive, literal paradigm shift in internet privacy and mobile data sovereignty. For years, we've talked about the decentralized web as this kind of abstract concept, right? Something that just lives on heavy desktop computers. But today we're looking at how that power is finally fitting right into the palm of your hand. We are exploring the evolution of the Web4 Bridge for mobile. Let's dive in.
Here's our quick roadmap for today. Number 1, we'll meet the Web4 Bridge. 2, why mobile actually matters. 3, the zero-trust security underneath it all. 4, navigating on the go. And finally, number 5, the sovereign future.
So I want to start off by asking you to think about the screen right in front of you. Is your internet truly yours, or are you just renting space from big tech? Because every single time you type in a traditional URL, you're essentially passing through a toll booth. You've got centralized servers, data trackers, registrars, and they all dictate what you see and, more importantly, what data is extracted from you. It's totally a system of renting, not owning. True ownership requires a completely new infrastructure. It requires a bridge.
Okay, Section 1. Meet the Web4 Bridge, translating the decentralized web.
Now, a lot of people hear the term Web4 Bridge and immediately picture some clunky, super slow application that you basically have to force yourself to use. But no, that's not what this is at all. At its core, the Web4 Bridge is this sleek, system-level protocol handler that serves as your main gateway to the Web4 protocol. And this is a decentralized protocol engineered specifically to put your ownership and peer-to-peer connectivity first. Think of it kind of like a universal translator. But instead of translating alien languages, it's translating your fundamental right to privacy into actual functioning web browsing. It just sits right there between the legacy web you're used to and the emerging, user-owned Web4 ecosystem.
And working hand in hand with that protocol is the Linkspreed Name Service, or LNS for short. On the traditional web, centralized registrars act as these giant middlemen, effectively controlling what gets published, while LNS completely removes them. It acts as a flat hierarchy naming system that allows for free top-level domains, things like .sth or .lksd. So imagine LNS as a highly secure local contact book right on your device that resolves addresses directly. The result, you get these really short, memorable addresses without having to ask some huge centralized authority for permission to use them.
The contrast between legacy browsers and this future tech is honestly pretty stark. Over on the left, you've got legacy big tech browsers relying on centralized DNS. They're heavy, they're loaded with bloatware, and let's face it, they're practically built for data tracking. They essentially treat your search history like an all-you-can-eat buffet. But on the right, the Web4 Bridge uses this ultra-light browser architecture built on the highly efficient Tauri framework. It's remarkably fast, incredibly lightweight, and it even comes with integrated Linkspreed search, so you still get all the normal features you expect, like tabbed browsing and password management, but without the heavy surveillance of corporate browsers. It's a real game changer.
Moving right along to Section 2, why mobile matters, from desk to ubiquity.
Look, having this amazing tech on a desktop computer is great. But true decentralization has to live wherever the users actually are. And these days, that's everywhere. Decentralization literally demands ubiquity. So moving the Web4 Bridge to mobile isn't just a neat little feature or a nice-to-have convenience. It is absolutely the critical leap required for the entire Web4 ecosystem to compete on a global scale. I mean, for a decentralized web to truly rival the current internet, you simply can't be chained to a computer monitor. Your digital identity and your sovereign networking must be portable. Freedom is no longer tethered to a desk.
Let's look at a practical scenario on your phone. Say you tap a Web4 link in a text message or a document. Boom, your operating system instantly recognizes it natively. The bridge then opens up automatically in the background to resolve the address. You don't have to copy-paste anything. You don't have to jump through any complex technical hoops. This native integration functions so seamlessly that it feels exactly like the mobile web you already know and use every single day.
And to make this even more powerful, development is being perfectly optimized for dedicated hardware. Specifically, we're talking about the W4 phones, Generation 1 and Generation 2, built by Wenix. These specific smartphones act as the physical hardware backbone for the entire Web4 movement. They actually provide native hardware-level support for LNS and encrypted tunneling right out of the box. So it's really this beautiful thing where software and hardware are working in perfect harmony for absolute privacy.
All right, Section 3, zero trust security underneath. Powerful yet lightweight.
Now, running a decentralized node on a smartphone without completely killing the battery is honestly no small feat. So how do they do it? Well, for identity management, it uses .uid files, or OIDC, for passwordless cryptographic logins, which means no more trusting centralized servers with your passwords. For traffic privacy, it natively integrates with Vivon Link VPN and uses local proxying. This completely stops your mobile ISP from snooping or tracking your requests. And for performance, it relies on the raw efficiency of the Rust programming language and Tauri, utilizing just a minimal background daemon. So you get to maintain your network node connectivity without draining your phone's battery life. It's literally like having Fort Knox in your pocket, but it operates with a fraction of the heavy lifting.
Which brings us to Section 4, navigating on the go, the seamless experience. Because, let's be real, on a mobile device, simplicity is absolutely king. Nobody wants to type out a 50-character cryptographic hash on a tiny keyboard just to read a news article, right? Well, with the Linkspreed Name Service, you instantly reach short, memorable addresses. Things like web4/news.lksd or web4/myprofile.chs. These completely replace those long, complex, ugly URLs, making mobile navigation incredibly user-friendly and just super intuitive.
Behind the scenes, your mobile bridge is acting as the local resolver. It basically queries the decentralized LNS ledger to locate exactly where that content lives out on the peer-to-peer network, and then it pulls that content down via a highly secure background tunnel. So for you, the user experience feels exactly like traditional lightning-fast web browsing. But the key difference? It guarantees total privacy because you completely bypassed all those centralized servers. Oh, and you don't lose anything when you switch devices, thanks to what they call UID continuity. You can securely sync your bookmarks, your browsing history, and most importantly, you can unify your entire sovereign identity across your desktop and your mobile phone. Your personalized setup is strictly yours. It's fully encrypted, and it just travels with you seamlessly between screens.
And finally, Section 5, the sovereign future, freedom in your pocket.
You know, this expansion to mobile represents the final puzzle piece for a truly decentralized internet. It takes the Web4 protocol and LNS and couples them perfectly with the portability of a smartphone. As the developers themselves put it, the Web4 Bridge is not just a tool for the tech-savvy. It is a gateway for everyone to reclaim their digital identity, one mobile search at a time. It really is a foundational tool for universal digital empowerment.
And that brings us to the ultimate question for today. The infrastructure is built. The bridge from the legacy web to a completely decentralized future is open, and it is fully optimized for the device you carry with you everywhere. So I leave you with this to think about. Now that your digital identity fits right in your pocket, what will you do with your reclaimed freedom? Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. Until next time, keep learning, keep questioning, and keep exploring the sovereign web.